Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be doing some more Alpha Clone T5 Abyss. We've done this before, we're going to do some more testing. Last time I did a T5 Abyss test in Alpha Clone, I used an active tank Gila in T5 Gamma. Now we're going to be using active tank Gila in T5 Exotic. This is because when I was using the T5 Gamma, it was a bit of a problem with time. The DPS skills on Alpha Clones is really not there to get enough DPS to do it really comfortably in the T5 Abyss. I'm sure it's possible, but it didn't feel comfortable to me. So that's why we're going to instead go for the T5 Exotic. This is going to be good because the NPCs, they're not going to get this like big shield buff that they do in the T5 Gamma. And then also, kinetic resist is going to be reduced. Missiles are bonus to specifically kinetic or thermal. And also, kinetic drones do a bit more damage than the explosive drones, which are the Valkyries, I believe. Okay, so we'll go for the Vespas, and since we're in Alpha Clone, we use Caldari Navy Vespas. About 10 of these, and then Scourge Fury Light. This is basically the same fit that I used for the T5 Gamma, but we're going to see how it feels in the T5 Exotic instead. 5,000 of these guys, and we'll get the Scourge Fury 5,000. There we go. A drone bay, and empty these guys here. And there we go, the Vespa. There we go, and put them in here. All right. Got the chaotic exotic in the cargo. Consume boosters. Let's go. Undock. We'll go to the abyssal launch site. Best place I've got in space to go into the abyss safe. And we'll reload to Scourge. Let's double check if the implants are still in. Yes, the implants are also a reason why Alpha Clones are quite limiting in the Abyss, because the tank is a lot less since you're not able to put the full set of like high grade crystals, for example, and you can lose a lot of tank by not being able to fit the full set actually. It's a bit unfortunate. Okay. Just double click in space. Move a bit so you can actually get into the Abyss. Okay. Jumpity jump. So this will hopefully be a lot quicker than before. Overall, we're going to do more DPS. I think we have 600 DPS. Almost 600 DPS. It's really surprisingly low how little damage these the Gila does with your Alpha Clone, because you're not able to use those Tech 2 drones, and then also some drone skills that are also badly affected as well, that reduce DPS. This is very unfortunate. Always our cap stability, 4.7 gigajoules. It's not that much, but hopefully it'll be enough. This is a pretty bling Gila. The point is not to make like a really cost-effective Gila. The point is just to make something that can consistently do T5 Abyss as an Alpha Clone, because it's extremely difficult to do T5 Abyss as an Alpha Clone. It's not at all as easy as you're on an Omega Clone. Okay, we've got Starvers, Blindings. Probably want to take them out. They're a bit annoying. What's our range on the Scourge Fury? 24. We'll be able to use this on the drones. I was being a bit stupid right there, not shooting them. I should have done that. I'll go for this, and we'll split this onto this blinding, because he's going to try to make us sensor damp, so we won't be able to lock up him when he's too far away. And we'll use our missiles on these small little annoying mosquito drones. We're being a bit naughty. The leshacks wave is a very quick wave. Very quick. Go down very quickly. I'm just surprised how little DPS we have. Like, I really would have liked to have more DPS, but just really non-existent DPS. 588 DPS. I would have hoped to at least have 700 DPS. Not even 700 DPS. We have 580 DPS as an Alpha Clone. Very unfortunate, because you used to be able to use Tech 2 drones as an Alpha Clone, and I think I was able to get 700 DPS when I was using my Gila when I was an Alpha Clone a long time ago, because I was able to use those Tech 2 drones to get that really nice damage buff. Not anymore. Not anymore. Seems like these drones are having a hard time destroying the leshacks, because they're taking a long time to get destroyed, because they've got only one of them on each. They've got remote reps, and they're a lot less DPS than I would usually have. So I think that's why they're like the remote reps they've got playing a bigger role than they usually would. We can probably focus after this one's dead. The starving leshak is down, because it's going to take way too long if we split them up, because their remote reps are going to play too much of a role. Going to be very powerful. It's going to come to a point if I have too little DPS, the remote reps will just out DPS it, and it's a lot closer when we have less DPS. When we have really high DPS, the remote reps don't play at all a big role.
A module has run out.
Yeah, look, this leshak went out really quickly because we had the missiles going on, and then we also had 2 drones. See that? Popped just like that. Simple, simple, simple. I can have my missiles go for this drone over here when he where I've got this rack of missiles reloaded. This is the thing. I used to think that, oh, why would you use rapid lights on a Gila when I first started playing? Because I knew that rapid lights have this really long reload time, so their DPS over time is not that much. But they're really good on the Gila because they do, like, they're not the main weapon system, and they're really good to like the small stuff. So the application really outweighs it. Especially like when you can have your drones go for the big stuff, like we're doing now. We're having the drones go for the the battleships, when we have the light missiles take care of the small stuff. Now in this case we can't because they've got too much remote reps. You see that? You saw those remote reps, so we're going to focus on these guys that are remote repairing this small rogue drone over here. So we're going to have to go for the leshacks actually. This is a very slow leshak wave. It was not well executed. It had a lot to do with me splitting up the drones. I think I shouldn't have done that. They've got too much remote repairs. I should have focused from the very beginning. Been a lot better. Have we got any deviant automatic suppressors? No, anywhere? Because I can see small particles in the background. I think the particles have gone. I think it may have been from the explosions of the previous leshak. Oh, we should be shooting. Why are my missiles not shooting? Damn, this is a really slow leshak wave. T6 leshak waves usually go at 3 minutes, max 4 minutes for me. This is a T5. We're almost hitting 5 minutes right here. I'm very surprised. Disappointed as well. I would like it to be a bit more. But that's what you get when you're an alpha clone. That's what you get when you're an alpha clone. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. You unlock so much more potential going Omega. Really, I think it's worth it. I was very hesitant for a while to get Omega. I was playing as an alpha clone for a long time, but it is totally worth it. Sentinels right here, they all newt. There's a lot of neuters right there. I'll have them go for them straight away. Get in close range. This is usually a pretty quick wave. Like, not quick, but it's medium quick. Because it's not that Ephialtes wave where it takes forever. But it's still, it's a bit more DPS in these Lucid guys. They do a bit more DPS than Ephialtes waves. It's nice here, it'll go a bit quicker. And DPS I don't think will be an issue with these guys. It might newt us quite a bit. We've got 2 cap batteries, so it shouldn't be an issue. We can always stop using one of the shield boosters since we have a pretty good tank. I think we might be able to tank with 2 pulsing one of the shield boosters. Or maybe even turning off one entirely actually. But we're going to focus here because they got remote reps as well. Not as strong as Triglavian remote reps, but they've still got remote reps. And we want to kill stuff quickly since they're newting quite a bit. You can see here, how do we fare with only 1 shield booster? Is it alright? Oh. Okay. We're getting needed quite a bit right there, but we are able to tank with 1 shield booster for a bit, it seems. For a minute, we can shield boost ourselves. Ooh, Lucid Sentinel. They're not looking too great, those guys. We're able to tank now with 1 shield booster. Maybe, maybe not. We took a big hit there for a second, but I think we are actually able to tank with 1 shield booster. That's really great because our gigajoules per second when we turn off one of these guys, 26. Plus we have the 2 cap batteries. Oof, we have so good capacitor right there. So good capacitor by having just like we've got right here with 1 shield booster active. Capacitor will charge up very quickly if we don't have all these neuters on us. And it's going pretty decently quick as well. Obviously it's helped a lot because we're going with the exotic sites. Still, feels great. Feels good. A lot of the stuff in the Abyss is about feelings. It feels good. Because you can do all these calculations, but if you don't actually try the fits out, they sometimes don't end the way you want them to do. It's, if you make small mistakes in the Abyss, it can sometimes be a lot bigger than... It's very easy to underestimate NPCs, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I remember at one point I was going with a worm in the T2 electrics, and I was just thinking, we tank so much, I realized I was orbiting a Vedmak, And the Vedmak was spooling up damage, but I mean, he was hitting occasionally, but the thing is, I had so much tank on my worm. I had a medium shield booster worm, so it was going really well. And then, what do you know? He lands a wrecking shot, one-shots me. Poof! My whole ship's gone. Just in one shot. So, there's a lot of things to take into account when you're in the Abyss, and I think you learn the best by just testing yourselves through trial and error on test servers, or even on a live server with cheap fits. I think that's the best way to learn doing this stuff. Getting the knowledge you need to run these a bit more consistently. Okay, wave is soon completed. We're going to soon hit the 10-minute mark. Honestly, I would have liked to go quicker considering we got that leshak wave. Leshak wave is one of the quickest waves, so I am a bit disappointed in terms of our time, considering we had the leshak wave in the beginning. I would have wanted it to go quicker than this, but you can't have everything. You can't have everything, but it was unfortunate. I was thinking I was going to go quicker in that leshak wave, and that's sort of trickling over here now, because we finished that first leshak wave in just under 5 minutes. This wave is almost taking 5 minutes. I think we might even be done with this wave quicker than the leshak wave. Obviously, like a pirate thing and that kind of stuff could have helped as well. It's going pretty quick. I'm quite impressed with this. I'm going to split up the drones a bit right there because they got no remote reps now. Just have our missiles and drones go crazy on these Ephialtes guys. The ones who take a long time in the Gamma sites because of their... Like, they've got a little bit bigger shields than their armor. Only slightly, but it's still buffed up by the Gamma size. It's annoying. And you get tons of them at the same time as well. It'll take forever, the way it is with them. Here we only had a few, but sometimes you can have tons of them. Recall please, drones. Drones please. There we go. Honestly, I think probably it'll be best to go with T4s if you were to bling a ship and an alpha clone. Do T4s consistently. I just think that this T5 business is just... might be a little bit too much stress. I think it's possible. It's just that I think it might be a little bit too much stress for an alpha clone to risk so much on the line when they got really bad skills. To be honest, if you afford this type right here, you may as well use this on an Omega subscription anyway. I think probably T4s will be the upper limit for alpha clones. I personally don't even recommend T4s for alpha clones. I think T3 is the best, and then you go T4, and then you can do T4, but I think if you're going to spend as much money on a T4 ship, you might as well upgrade to Omega instead. Just get them more out of it. Like, you can get a better ship, do them quicker, instead of blinging a super bling ship as an alpha clone. It's nice to be able to, be able to do stuff as a free player, but it comes to the point where it's just, okay, it's nice, but may as well just use the full experience and go with an Omega clone so you can actually do stuff properly instead. What is our range here? Because we might be tracking this up to 14 kilometers. Wow. We will need to take out these ghosting guys right here because this is not working out too well with the tracking disruptors on our 14 kilometer range light missiles. That's like almost rocket range right there. Rocket range almost right here. I'm trying to take out these ghosters. Now we'll go for these Vedmaks unless they got really good remote reps. I don't think they've got good remote reps, these Vila guys. They might do, but they didn't seem to be that strong, because usually my issue with taking out the Damavix and these Triglavian waves west is because you usually have west application to the Damavix, and the Vedmaks, they have medium remote armor pairs. The small, like Damavix, they have small remote armor pairs. So by not going for the Vedmaks first, you're going to have more like big remote repairs on grid, plus you're going to do worse application. It's many times happened like that I'm like doing damage to Damavix and goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Instead, just take out the Vedmaks first. Majority of the DPS in them, they don't have, you apply properly, and you don't have to deal with their powerful remote reps, or more powerful than the Damavix. That's why I prefer to do the Damavix first. But in this case, I went for the Ghosters because they were doing so much tracking disruptors on me. And these are Vila Vedmaks, or Vila waves. So they don't seem to have as strong remote reps, or just in general, they don't seem to be as strong. That's why I was no issue taking out those ghosting Damavix just now. Come on, Vespas, do your thing. Tank is really great. I'm happy with their tank, actually. I thought it was going to be worse, but it's working out really great. Exotic sites are probably, like, in terms of the weather effect and the resist reduction, one of the best in terms of tank for the Abyss, because the most deadly resist type in the Abyss is thermal, and that's not being affected here. we're not reducing our thermal resist like in the Firestorm. Plus, we also have reduced kinetic resist, and that is like the least important resist type to have in the Abyss. So it's like best that we're nerfing our least important one, so we're effectively getting the most amount of tank. In many ways do Omni damage, but otherwise, there are only a few, like the Overmind, they do kinetic damage. Otherwise, you just got the Omni ones. That's why, like, in Firestorm, oof, it's a hellfire. You've got the Martial Waves that already do a lot of damage, doing even more damage. Triclavians, who already do a lot of damage, do even more damage because they both do thermal. It's it's not a good. It's not an easy experience in the Firestorm Abyss, but if you're able to do them, they're very profitable because the filaments are so cheap. So you're going to effectively be earning more ISK per run if you are able to do them consistently. I like using T4 hybrid Gilas to be able to do the Firestorms. Works pretty well, in my experience. And some nice ISK from it. Okay, last Vila Vedmak over here. How quick? We did this wave quite quick. I mean, it was not that quick, but quite quick. I think it was like maybe 5 minutes, something like that. That was decent speed. Considering we're an alpha clone and everything, it was alright. But we'll also have to take into consideration we had that Leshak wave at the beginning, and now we're looking here as well. We can see that there was a minus 50% kinetic resistance penalty. So this is also a bit of a worst case scenario when it comes to time. We could get minus 70% kinetic resistance. It would be quicker because the enemies would have less kinetic resistance. We would be doing more damage. But this is a good time test, and we still finished it in 16 minutes. Considering we did the Leshak wave slower than I would have wanted to, could have piloted better, I think it's alright. I think this is definitely possible. We'll see. Might need to do more testing to make this like being like a reliable thing with alpha clones, but even then, I don't really recommend going with a super bling ship as an alpha clone. May as well use that ISK to buy some Plex on your Omega instead. So that's it. T5 active exotic alpha clone Gila. Did it pretty well. Would have hoped a little bit quicker time, but it was still alright. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.